What's up, guys? Eric here again, Traveling Trading. Wanted to make this quick video here, just kind of touching on some questions you guys had for me about, what's been going on in the market lately with, other traders and stuff like that. And wanted to kind of touch on that and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it, and just kind of go from there. Again, this is just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a, lawyer or anything like that. You know, take what I say with a grain of salt and formulate your own opinion. But pretty much, as you guys might have known recently, Ross Kamen and Warrior Trader got hit with a $3 million settlement from the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. Um, I guess for like misleading customers and stuff like that. And just recently before that, I think in like January, um, Raging Bull got hit with a settlement or fine as well too, in like March, which was just last month. So it seems like the FTC is cracking down on a lot of these gurus or educational courses and stuff like that, and kind of putting a hammer down on them for whatever reason. Um, but yeah, let's kind of take a look at it together here, um, and formulate our own opinion from that. And I'll just kind of go through it here with you guys. So let's take a look here. Let me pull it up here. So as you can see here, the Federal Trade Commission cracks down on warrior trading for misleading customers with false investment promises. Okay, so that makes sense. That's the apparent, reason why they get hit with this suit. And we'll kind of see like, their responses and everything like that. So basically you can kind of see here, they were, I guess, investment scheme for making misleading and unrealistic claims for big investment gains to consumers. The FCC alleges, we'll take a look at that, see what they're exactly alleging in this report here in a second too. But basically, the CEO claims to convince consumers to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in trading systems that ultimately failed to pay for most customers. As a result, the FTC cases Warrior Trading will be required to pay $3 million in refund customers, will be prohibited from making baseless claims and potential for customers to earn money using their trading strategies. Warrior Trading is paying a heavy price for misleading customers with bogus money-making claims, said Samuel Levine, director of FTC's Bureau of Protection, blah, 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 blah. So this is kind of giving, a little background about Warrior Trading. So take a look at this here. This is kind of interesting. It's saying that, the complaint basically said vast majorities of customers lost money along with thousands of dollars in, they paid Warrior Trading. Online advertisements, blah, blah, blah. So the crazy thing is here, I don't know if you guys, if you're not familiar with them, if you are familiar with them, Ross Cameron and Warrior Trading. To me personally, I mean, I don't know the dude personally, but my opinion from what I've seen in his stuff, and he's very popular, him and a bunch of other gurus that are online. Him out of all of them usually tells people like, hey, this is very risky. You could lose money. It's not typical. He always has like the adverts going across his things and stuff like that. I don't watch a lot of these gurus as much as I used to, um, because I kind of know what I'm doing now. Um, but yeah, I mean, he for the most part has been like more transparent than most that I've seen, if not the most. But Warrior Trading is very expensive and overpriced in my opinion. But you get what you pay for, kind of thing. I guess in that instance, whatever. But kind of look at the examples that they lead here. I don't know if this is like, I don't know how true these claims are. I don't really see much as advertisements. Um, but So it says here, learn to trade with certainty towards financial freedom you've always wanted. Learn how I made $101,284.47 in verified profits part-time under 45 days using a simple strategy that you can use immediately to increase your profits and reduce losses now. Start trading over my shoulder side by side because I guarantee that you will next week and the week after and the week after that. I'll be trading two stocks. Okay, so I kind of get what the FTC is saying here. And if any of you ever worked in like sales or, and here's the big thing too. right here. The Enforcement Act, under the FTC Act and the TSR, which is the telemarketing sales rule, um, the FTC has authority to take action against companies violating consumer protection laws, including engaging in unfair, deceptive practices. Under the court, agreed that the FTC, the warrior trading defendants must, pay consumer redress, shut down bogus claims, blah blah blah. So, unfortunately, that is kind of true. I'm familiar with TSR regulations because of my previous jobs and stuff like that. And the problem here with his marketing tactics and what he's saying is that he's given definitive statements. That is like a big no-no, especially because you are in that instance misleading consumers. Legally, I'm gonna assume that the FTC is right in this instance, which sucks. I mean, I like Ross Cameron. I like his stuff. His education and stuff like that is, you know, it's good to me, in my opinion. But unfortunately, people are people, and he kind of just fell victim to this. So let me break this down for you guys. Again, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. I'm just kind of going based off what I know and stuff like that. So here's in these, I could show you in these three sentences where there's wrong. Yes, the probably average consumer or you know the average person who is a little bit knowledgeable in the market stuff like that would understand that this is just talk engagement sales to kind of get you to do their stuff. But at the same time, a person who doesn't know this would kind of be misled by this. And that's where it kind of, falls, a victim for him, unfortunately, has to pay that fine. But the reason why is because he's making definitive, these advertisements here in this instance is making definitive statements. So look here where it says, learn to trade with certainty towards the financial freedom you've always wanted. Trade with certainty. That's a definitive statement. Shouldn't have said that. Look at in this instance. Learn how to make blah 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 over 45 days. Simple strategy you can use immediately. You can use immediately to increase profits and reduce losses. Now that's kind of borderlining a definitive statement because there's no room for error in that statement. He's saying you can use this immediately to increase your profits, which means like the moment I put these in, they better work. That's what that sentence is saying. There's no he should have the way this could have probably been worded is you can possibly use these strategies and immediately increase your profits and reduce your losses. That's the definitive statement that they're using there. Shouldn't have did that. Look at this one here. I guarantee you. Listen, if you don't know anything, know this. There are no guarantees nowhere in this market ever. There's no guarantees in life, you know? And that's like a big no-no, not only in sales, but just in like the financial world, period, that you're guaranteeing something. All all financial markets and anything dealing with it comes with, a degree of risk. There's no guarantees, okay? And unfortunately, Ross, my guy, you got hit with that fine because of that. So I don't know, you need to check with your marketing people or whatever and brush them up on some telemarketing sales rules and TSR regulations and all that good stuff, but you can't do that. So yeah, that's kind of why, he got hit with that $3 million lawsuit. But if you kind of look into the details here, the FTC, let me take a look here. Let's look at this. This is the actual court document and all that good stuff. A summary of the case. Blah 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 blah. It almost seems like whoever I don't know collectively got together and filed this lawsuit was probably nitpicking to find this stuff to make them pay. And unfortunately, they did, and they were very good at doing that. Um, it just kind of seems like this was like a headhunt, I guess, for from the FTC to find something on a lot of these trading gurus like Warrior Trading and the bigger one. I'm surprised they haven't gone after, you know, the Lambo guys and all these other guys that are, I can say no names that be, toting stuff around like that. Um, or maybe they on the process of doing, because again, this just happened in April. Raging Bulls, I think, was like last month when their settlement was like 2.4 million. Ross and Warrior Trading has been the biggest one so far that I know of, in my, so far. But Maybe they're coming out the other guys too. And he's been in the YouTube space for a long time. Him and some of the other, I don't really follow Raging Bull. I don't know how their stuff is. We'll take a look at them in a second. But look at the summary of the case. Um, it's saying it's under the operating name where you're trading defendants or convince customers to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, basically what we kind of just read. Um, basically they're saying they just misrepresented, the outcome and stuff like that. Um, so I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, excuse me, in my opinion, they didn't really do nothing wrong. I don't have Ross's warrior trading class or courses or anything like that. I don't take none of his stuff. I watched some of his, you know, free stuff on YouTube, and that's about as far as I get, um, which is good. I'm not sure again how his classes and stuff like that, or what they say in their chat rooms. I'm not in them or anything like that, but I'm assuming this was done by someone who's in their course or whatever as well too. Maybe the FTC probably planted a mole or something like that in there. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening here. So it's not that they necessarily, in my opinion, morally did anything wrong. They tell you all the time that this is very risky, and you should know that. But at the same time, it's mainly their marketing practices that the FTC is hitting them with. It's not because they're, you know, fraudulently scamming people, I guess, in a sense, like blatantly. They're just their sales tactics is not up to par to, I guess get people interested in, doing their stuff. And that's, whatever. Um, I'm not them and all that good stuff, but I understand where the FTC is coming from. And unfortunately, there are, you know, other people and stuff like that that's not as popular as these guys who do those same tactics. And obviously, the FTC isn't going after them because they're not, you know, very popular, I guess. But I wish the FTC would do something about this Robinhood stuff. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, basically, it looks like it's just a violation of the telemarketing sales rule. Let's take a look here because I think yeah. So look, if you take a look at Warrior Trading's website, they posted this up here April 18th. Many of you consumers, blah, 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 blah. We're writing today. The resolution is settled with them. We want to set out clear. You can read this on your own time. This is on Warrior Trading's website. Talks about their lawsuit. Um, they have good, onlines, and Ross doesn't lie about his stuff. He posts his broker statements online. Um, and he says his results aren't typical. To be honest with you, I mean, this is a big reason why I don't do that. Post my results, and people are like, oh, I'll show you guys like a trade I've taken after it's already done. When he is doing, his stuff, it's kind of, and he's doing it live. It kind of can be misleading as well too, and to a certain extent. So that's why, me personally, that's why I don't show you guys, that stuff, and I wait till my trade is done to mention anything. And unfortunately, hindsight is 2020. And like today, when we were doing a live trade, when we are doing like the live, coaching and looking at the market, guys, I wasn't. I told you I'm not trading. It was Friday. I'm not trading anything. And so when I'm telling you to like look at certain things, I'm just telling you my opinion. I'm not, giving you financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm seeing. I'm not in the trade. And I tell you guys I'm not in the trade. And then when I am in trades, I don't say anything. Even in the chat room, I don't say whether I'm in a trade or not until I'm done. So so I can't be blamed for like pumping and dumping and stuff like that, saying, "Oh, I'm in a trade, get in the trade," blah blah blah. This is a big reason why, a lot of traders who are actually traders don't really show like their broker statements to give that false sense of review to you guys. Like, hey, you can trade like I trade and make the money I make and do the things that I do. And I tell you guys all the time, there's no way you can trade like me. And there's no way I can trade like anyone else. That's just how the market is. But, I can kind of show you common, occurrences and things like that that happen throughout the market, and you can use it to how you want. Um, Sorry, just making sure the market was still, live. But yeah, he posts his broker statements on a website, which is fine. I mean, showing you that he knows what he's doing. But that could mislead people to believing that, they could do this, they can achieve the same results, even though he says all the time that his results aren't typical. But people still, won't take that to heart for some reason. I don't know. But let me take a quick look here too, because this is with Raging Bull. So online investment site to pay more than 2.4 million for bogus stock earning claims. They had a hard to cancel subscription charge. And that's another crazy thing. Like if you have subscriptions and stuff like that, like for those of you guys who have like the alerts and scanners and stuff like that with me, it's nothing to go into your PayPal account and cancel it if you want it. Or just tell me, just message me and I'll do it for you. And this is another reason why I don't have a lot of people in our chat room, don't have a lot of people in our group, because I ain't about to deal with this. And even if you guys did try to sue me, guess what? I lose more money than I make funding, all that stuff. So I'm usually, to keep like the online chat room going and, paying the admins and hooking up the scanners and doing all that stuff, it's costing me money to do that for you guys. And I'm making sure I do that on purpose, just to subsequent some of the costs to run it. And I pay more out of my pocket to keep that running for you guys so you can learn and practice and have kind of like the same time stuff that I have, but just at like a lower cost so that you're not having to, worry about all that, especially as beginner traders. But yeah, well, Raging Bull apparently made it hard to cancel their subscription, um, which is crazy, um, and some other things that they had going on. So their lawsuit was a little bit different than Ross Cameron's. It looks like his was because of bad marketing and sales tactics, not necessarily scamming people. It's more like misleading. Um, and for them, I guess it's just making it hard for consumers to even get up out of there. So that sucks for them. Not me. Don't have to worry about that. But anyways, yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinions on it, guys. I hope this helps. Again, I think I think Ross is a pretty decent teacher, um, and showing people who are interested about the market and how it goes. Probably just needs to change his little drawing in tactics to get people interested in it. Um, I think people who know about day trading either going to like it or going to hate it. There's no in between. If you're interested in it, you're interested in it, and you'll like it and cancel, then move on. Especially if you're making, decent money. I understand you want to grow, the more money, the better. Blah blah blah. That's good for you if you're into that kind of thing. Um, nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna do it in a more transparent way, not try to sucker people in, kind of thing. I guess I would say. But yeah, and like in my group, guys, like I said, I just post my trades on a day-to-day basis. I don't pull the full statement up because I don't want you thinking that that's going to be you. It's not realistic. You got to actually, work towards it. And then I, post you guys my wins and losses and all that good stuff. But never want to do like the full thing because that's, misleading. But yeah, so this is pretty much it. Um, that's my opinion on it. Again, good education from the free stuff on YouTube with him. Just like with anything, guys, don't think that that's typical. There's a reason why they say 95% of people fail because that statistic is also kind of skewed. I mean, if you take 10 traders in 10 days and that's the length of time they want to trade, of course they're going to fail. Of course, 99. I think honestly, more of them, all of them will fail. It's a matter of time and persistence, not just education that's going to make you a good trader. It's a lot of different things that go into it, which is why 99% of people fail because of so much that goes into it. There is no one aha moment. I'm a great trader. There's this moment, this moment, this moment, this moment. And it's consistently happening throughout the whole trading career. So that's why, and not many people have that perseverance to do that, along with all the other stuff that's needed to become a good trader. So that's why I try to give you guys as much insight as I can. I'm never going to promise you anything. In fact, typically when people come to me say, "I want a day trade, I want a day trade," I expect you not to be here in a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year. I'd be surprised if anybody lasts more than 5 years when they're talking to me about trading, because that rarely ever happens. So that's why it's also cool when I do meet people who have been trading for years because game recognized game, right? Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you kind of enjoyed this little recap and my, thoughts and opinions on, what happened with them. It looks like the FTC is cracking down on a lot of these education courses and gurus and stuff like that. And even in my course, I tell you guys, hey, this is just education you can find anywhere else. I'm not teaching you nothing special. The only thing I'm teaching you is what I do personally. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but I can show you how you can possibly develop your own and become a better trader. And we go over a whole bunch of different stuff in that course. That's why it's hours and hours long. But it's from A to Z, what you need to know from the beginning all the way to the end. You're not just jumping around all over YouTube trying to find things. So I make sure everything is clear and concise beforehand. Same thing with the alerts like, hey, this is what I do. You do it how you want. this isn't financial advice, blah, blah, blah. So kind of keep that in mind. But hope you enjoyed this video. Put out another one here. We're going to go over what we did this week. So pay attention. But other than that, stay safe, stay green, guys.